Well, hello everybody. Hello again. Welcome to Frank's Point. Here we go for another day. I don't know what it's going to be like, but we'll chat for a little while. All right, ICE continues the rampage. Hmm. Another protester had their hands shot off with non-lethal. Non-lethal shot their hands off. DPS goes to a protest here in Texas with a few people left and tear gases them. So we're militarizing the Texas Department of Public Safety as well. That's all due to Governor Abbott here. Let's give him a hand. You're such a smart person, Mr. Abbott. My God. We're trying to justify the shooting. And man, there's no evidence that man was pointing a gun at anybody. There is plenty of evidence they shot his ass while he's on the ground and then rolled him over to the side to count bullet holes so they can make fun of how many bullet holes he had in him. Didn't render any aid, didn't check to see if he was breathing, didn't try to save his life, just shot his ass and said, die. Does everybody get what's going on nowadays? I mean, I'm just curious. Does everybody get what's happening? Does everybody understand the magnitude of what's going on? I mean, it's just pretty bad nowadays. And I don't really know what else to say. We're in an uncomfortable situation as a country. We have criminals running our country, lawbreakers running our country. We have a Gestapo agency out there just killing U.S. citizens, attacking U.S. citizens. But, if you're a U.S. citizen, are you required to follow the directions of ICE? Actually, no, you're not. You're not required to follow the directions of ICE if you're a natural U.S. citizen. They don't have any authority like a police officer over you. And this is, I guess, where people are misunderstanding ICE authority. They don't have the authority over a proper U.S. citizen. They do not. You're a U.S. citizen. Actually, there's this thing called the burden of proof. It fascinates me that now the burden of proof has been put on our shoulders to prove we're Americans. Actually, the burden of proof is on their shoulders. They need to prove we're not Americans. And harassing us to do it's not proof. That's just harassing us. You don't have to let ICE in your house. It doesn't matter what threats they say to you, what they threat you with. And if they break into your house, shoot the motherfuckers dead. Because they don't have a proper warrant. Their warrants are not proper. As soon as they break in your house, your life's in danger. Stand your fucking ground and shoot the motherfuckers. Sure is shit. Kill them. Because if it's my door, I'm not an illegal alien. I'm a U.S. citizen. And if you ain't got the right warrant signed by a judge, not one of your croonies, but by a legitimate judge, and you break in my house, I'm shooting you. Plain and simple. So, that's all I got to say. Because once you break in my house, you're threatening my life, my son's life, my family's life. And, I'm not going to let you kill them. I'm going to kill you. Plain and simple. That's just the way it needs to be. So, understand no trespassing on my property means no trespassing on my property. Once you trespass on my property, your ass is mine. These fake warrants you're giving out at people and scaring people at their door, and the lie tactics you're using little kids to draw people out and all that shit is crazy. And again, if you honestly think that all these people are hardcore criminal illegals, you're wrong. They can't prove that. And of course, now they're using all kinds of surveillance videos, your phones, etc., etc. Another breach of the Constitution and your right to privacy. Oddly enough, that's just how this world is working, I guess, right now. Is there anything we can do? I guess is the question. Is there anything that we can actually do to laid out in our Second Amendment rights. Our government is unjust. ICE is unjust. So the Second Amendment right gives us a right to form and raise a militia. And as much as it pains me to say this, because I definitely would never think that that would ever happen in the United States. And I also thought that a president would never be the downfall of our country. And unfortunately, I was wrong. That we would have to raise a militia. But we need to raise a militia now. We need the militia to surround ICE and make sure that they're actually doing what they should be in the confines of the law and not just shooting innocent people while they're down on the ground and then counting the bullet holes, or shooting some woman in the head 3 times and calling her a fucking bitch. I don't understand why people just don't see this as blatantly wrong. I get in debates online with people and they say, well, this, well, that, prove this, prove that. Dude, there's enough video evidence out there to prove whatever I say. That's a fact. Alex, I'm going to give this man credit. He was a hero. I shoved a woman down on the ground. He went to defend the woman. I commend him for that. Everybody should be commending him for that. You know, even the video shows he's holding one hand in the air and on his cell phone's in the other hand, and he's trying to keep them back off him, and he's backing up. So they're the ones that confronted him. That confrontation was done by them. And you can be stupid. You can be a Donald Trump supporter. It's okay. You can do all that. You can kiss Donald Trump's ass and all that good stuff. But I'm going to tell you, Donald Trump's not going to be around forever. This administration's not going to be around forever either. And as soon as they think they are, you're going to see militias form everywhere to overthrow this bitch. Because unfortunately, we're going to have to act like we're fighting for our independence all over again. I mean, the damage is done to the country. Our country is fucking ruined on the world stage. It is completely ruined, total, screwed because of Donald Trump. We are the laughingstock country of the world right now because of Donald Trump. And Donald Trump, who said, I don't want wars, lied through his fucking teeth and has 8 of them going so far, threatening to send in fighters into Canadian airspace. This is the type of government we have. And if you actually support that type of government, take your fucking lily ass over to Germany. I mean, no, sorry, can't go to Germany anymore because their government's better than ours. Take your ass over to fucking Russia or China, where they control the fucking shit. Take your commie bastard ass out of this country. That includes any of my family members in support. Take your communist bastard asses out of this fucking country, because you don't need to be here. And when the war comes down, I definitely hope you pick up your guns and fight for your side, because I'm going to pick up the guns and fight for mine. It's going to be, there ain't going to be no embracing on the battlefield at all. You know, whether I die or you die ain't going to make no difference. There ain't going to be no embracing of family on the battlefield. We've had a civil war here before that pitted brother against brother, and history will repeat itself. Eventually, we'll have brother against brother again. Only because, again, some tyrant dictator is trying to set up there and capture the American country and put it in his pocket. Let alone his secretly trying to remove himself from NATO so he could help Russia out. Understand exactly who's fucking moving the checkers or chess pieces behind the scenes. It's definitely not Trump. Trump's too fucking stupid. Always has been. There's somebody smarter than him pushing behind him. So I'm going to set Putin along, although I hear he's got a nice picture of him and Putin hanging in the Oval Office right now. You know, Ronald Reagan, definitely one of the Republicans I voted for, would fucking turn over in his fucking grave with what Trump is doing. He'd probably come shoot Trump himself if he could get out the fucking grave. That's what I believe. But hey, I'm just me. I am just me. I'm trying to figure out what's what, how's it going, and all this other good stuff. That's what I'm trying to do. And I'm thinking that we desperately, and I mean we desperately, desperately need to get past this trouble we're having. We're having a lot of trouble, and honestly, I'm not even sure what we can do about it anymore. We're just stuck. I guess we're stuck. But no, I mean, I say what I don't know what we can do. I do know what we can do. Most of this, what we can do, boils down to, do we have the balls to do what needs to be done? That's really what it boils down to. Do you have the huevos, the cojones, to get out there and do what you got to do? Because what you're going to have to get out there and do is form a militia, start protecting yourself, get a militia formed in your town. One that's actually for our constitutional values, that believe in the Constitution and how the Constitution is done, what it stands for, how we fought for what we've got. Although all of this is kind of sad that we're losing all the things we had. We went from the top of the world stage to the because of some lunatic person we have in office. And I'm not sure why people don't understand that's exactly what's happening. We have a lunatic in our office, 100%, and nothing, I mean nothing, is going to save us at this rate. So these are my few thoughts before I get out and, get into the world of living and making my money like I need to make. I'm again, in all, when I see some of the stuff and just the people that are, he shouldn't have done, he couldn't have done, he wouldn't have done, it's sad when people are out here trying to say, hey, y'all need to do. Thanks for coming to Crank's Corner, and you be well, apparently.